Hi, I'm Ryan, and with me I have Will, and we kind of got a X-Wing game recorded here that we are going to go over in some level of detail.
So, do we want to get right down to the meat and potatoes of this?
I guess for starters, since you gave me initiative, I will lead off. I took a Lancer class pursuit ship because I have yet to put one down on the map. I used Asajj because she has the Force ability, and I only put 000 on her just to keep her cheap and just to have some fun with some tokens in case I run into anything. Because I haven't used it, and I'm not sure how good the ship is, considering most of the internet says it's bad, I decided to go with a trio of scum ships that I have used a lot and had some fun with. Leading the pack, of course, is Pylob, who is very good in the Moldy Crow.
Yeah,
Uh,
Palab is strong.
I have a Jakku Gunrunner, which of course is the
Also
rage.
really good.
Yes.
Yes,
Uh,
yes, they're very good for their price.
And my last ship is Sunny Bounder for no other reason than just have fun. And
Yep, you really like Sunny. You fly Sunny a lot, I noticed.
yeah, hey, I just like the random funness of
Yep,
hey, I got triple crits for
yeah.
no
Every once in a while,
particular
when that
reason.
goes off, it's like, oh, yeah, this just got real.
Uh,
Yep,
but when I actually have to depend on some damage, I tossed on homing missiles.
yep.
All right, so what did you bring?
So I'm running a variant on a list that I've been running a bunch lately, and I've had some success with, more success than failure. But so it's called I Am Lando, Hear Me Rourke, and I found it online to be honest, but the original version of it anyway, and it's actually I think a variant of the I Am Dash, Hear Me Rourke, which the whole idea of it is basically Rourke pushes up Lando to skill 7 so he can shoot first. And then Han Gunner shoots after that because Han Gunner says that you can't perform another attack from that turret arc, I believe it is. But if you've already been pushed up to 7 with Rourke, you can do it in that order and you get the double attack. So it's sort of a two ship list that hits above its weight class. It's kind of a two ship list that hits like a three ship list. On the original version, I was running Perceptive Copilot on both ships, but I wanted to try out Jin so I could potentially make the Boldy Crow really tanky because it's sort of the crux of the list in a lot of cases. Um, and so by switching to that, I suddenly had a whole bunch of points left over. So I've got this thing really loaded down. I'm not sure if I actually like how loaded down it is. There's a lot on there, and it makes me a little bit nervous, even flying with that much stuff on a big ship, especially. But anyway, that's more or less the gist of it.
Since you gave me initiative, I had to put rocks down first. My first
Yes.
instinct was to try to get the rocks as central to the map as I could so that I had room to go around, but I had room to go in between with my smaller ships so that I could try to intercept. I had kind of a semi plan in place. Now, I did forget that, of course, that with the engine boost you had, Lando could potentially just boost out of arc as an
Yeah.
ace.
Yeah, he is basically an ace. It's a red boost though, so that hurts his ability a little bit. But he's Lando. He's going to be doing a lot of blue maneuvers for his actual pilot ability, and I've got 9 numb on there, so that's a lot of blue banks. All his banks are blue. So he basically all his core maneuvers are blue, which is pretty solid.
All right. So did you have any idea with your rock placement?
I did a little bit. Basically, I just wanted there to be avenues that I could move sort of both my ships through to some extent. Lando wants to be completing maneuvers a lot because his pilot ability is dependent around actually completing the maneuver. So he doesn't want to get hung up on rocks too much. He doesn't necessarily mind if he gets hung up on a debris, which is why I'm running all debris. But generally speaking, Lando wants to be completing as much as possible, and he wants to be doing banks or straights as much as possible. So turns don't help him really. He doesn't get his crazy like double actions business, or actually potentially he can give an action to the Moldy Crow with his ability instead. But he doesn't get that if he doesn't complete the maneuver, or if he does a non-blue maneuver.
Yeah. So I am just trying to put rocks on the outside here as we're watching, and yeah, I was taking a look at your list at the time because I only glanced at it before, and I only glanced at it then. So
Yep.
course, by the time I'm placing the last rock, I've already forgotten half your list because there's so much cards
Yeah.
on it.
And I specifically was making sure that the debris all kind of wound up on one side and the rocks on the other, so that I only ever had to worry about one type of obstacle at a time. Um, and my plan was sort of to go more on the debris side because I figured that would be where the engagement would be happening.
Oh, that was kind of smart. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I specifically wanted to keep them separate so that there'd only be debris in one area and only rocks in another, or asteroids, I should say.
Had I thought about that. Okay, so unfortunately, I have to place my entire list before you place yours.
Yes,
So,
I'm a 4 and a 5, and I had a fairly large bid. I think it was a 5 or 6 point bid, which isn't as
it,
big as it can be, but it's largish.
yeah, it was only 3 points, but
Was it? Okay, yes,
yeah,
it was. You're right.
which is small these days, but
Yes,
it's still more than my 200
more than
point
yours.
list.
You were. Yeah.
So, yeah, I my thought was if you caught me outside the rocks with my little ships, they would be far less a threat
Yes.
than if I can manage to get myself into the rocks.
Yeah.
So I set right off the bat to one side so that I can get myself in here and try to disrupt your movement.
Yeah.
Uh,
And perhaps slightly ironically, I also actually wanted to be in the rocks, which is not necessarily wise, but I figured that. Well, honestly, I miscalculated there. I think because you've got the gun runner with the tractor array, but I usually when I fly this list, I want to kind of be in the debris.
Here I'm thinking, well, I think maybe jousting is probably a bad idea for me. I have more red dice, but I don't think I'm going to be able to drive home enough damage.
Yeah,
Uh,
I can PS kill your ships, which is a big concern for you.
um, but I did kind of plan this out so that I would go straight through with the PS1s between the rocks and Asajj on the outside and turn in so that at the bottom center opening, I wanted to intercept your ships.
Yeah,
Had you decided to just circle and circle the map, I was okay with that because I could turn inside with the smaller ships and keep Asajj pressing at high speed around the outside.
yeah. Because
Um,
Asajj is mostly about arc, if I remember correctly, about having people in arc.
Correct. She needs them in her turret arc in order to deal
Yeah,
stress at range 0 to 2.
yeah. Which on a big ship is a fair distance. So I'm just placing Rourke here, and I want Rourke on the inside because it I'm not used to flying large ship bases, but I seem to remember that if you fly a lower skill pilot on the inside, they tend to be able to maneuver better. They tend to run into problems if you put the lower skill on the outside, especially if the one on the inside's on the large base.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was a great choice here because it
No,
leaves
I'm not sure it was either, to be honest.
yeah,
Because I want to have Lando in my arc, which the turret arc and the primary arc from the Moldy Crow count for that. But at the same time, if I put Rourke on the other side, then I can potentially just move up that side and have my turret pointed toward your ships from the outside of the map. Also, it kind of it inhibits Lando's movement a little bit. But the large bases move alarmingly fast, especially with the one bank.
yes.
They go really far to the side.
Yeah, neither of us enjoy using the large bases quite as much.
No, we're not large base people generally. I've been experimenting with them a lot lately, but I'm more a small and medium kind of person.
Well, here once we were set up, I knew I had to get into the rocks fast. Otherwise, if you go around the map and caught me on the side, I'd be in trouble. So, I I was flanking as fast as I could with the gun runner and keeping Sonny's options open by going fast. I also wanted that I kind of wanted you to see where I was committing so that maybe you would turn into me.
Yeah, and actually that's a good time for me to segue. I've actually because I've got so many points open here, I've actually got I think it's proton rockets on Lando, which are bullseye only, but range 1 to 2 and 5 dice, which on a ship like this isn't nothing. And I've also got I think it's marksmanship.
You do.
So I get to turn a hit into a crit. So that's pretty respectable with those 5 dice. The trick is lining it up and having it in range, which is easier said than done. So it's sort of a debate of do I want to just kite around and maybe if I line the shot up, go for it, or do I want to commit to firing those off and nuking something off the table? Because I can still fire those. I can fire those after I do Han Gunner because of the way his rule works. At least at the present time, that's how that works.
Yeah. I'll think about that one. But yes, it is kind of how it's working right now.
But I think there was an FAQ that actually said that right now they're okay with that, but that seems a little janky to me.
Yeah, it's not in the FAQ. It was kind of in an outside a post, but
Okay.
it is allowed at major tournaments. So therefore, this is FFG's semi-official ruling until we hear otherwise, and we'll see in the future. There's really it's not much point in debating it right now. It's just
No.
it's a go.
So here I've moved Lando farther than Rourke because, well, I can't really avoid that. The large bases, as I said, move very fast. So
Yeah.
I moved Rourke. I think I could have actually gone a little bit faster with him, but wanted to take time to build up my tokens on Moldy Crow.
Now, speaking of fast, we're watching us plan our dials in high speed, so
Yep.
we don't see our indecision and how long it took for us to figure out what the heck we were planning on doing.
Yeah, I think neither of us had flown our list before, so we were like, oh, no, I've flown mine before, but with different upgrades. There was a lot of humming and hurrahing.
Yeah, I haven't flown mine with a large base with the trio of small bases yet. So
Yeah,
I came to the thought here that I wanted to catch you, but I couldn't get out too ahead of myself, and this unfortunately caused me to second guess my dials a couple of times.
yeah,
This turn not so bad, but
yeah.
the
But
following
it
turn,
gets there. Yeah,
yeah,
it gets there. But yeah, this a four ship list against a two ship list. The two ship lists aren't doing very well right now. In fact, the rebels in general aren't doing very well right now, from what I understand. Some things are good, some ships are good in builds, but generally speaking, running a two ship list is kind of madness at this time, especially with the rebels. So when I see a four ship list go down on the other side of the table, even if two of them are small ships, like really small ships, I'm like, I don't know how I want to go about this. And the Lancer class is not insubstantial. It's got a three die primary. It it's big. It's got a lot of health, relatively speaking. It's got two evade dice. So it's there's a certain amount of respect that it needs to be treated with. Yeah, here's Palob turning in, I think,
yeah. My
which
thought,
is where it starts to go wrong for you a little bit here.
Palab, I wasn't this move wasn't bad. Palab
That's
turning in,
fair.
it allows me to cut the corner a little faster, so that
Yeah, it gave you options, which is nice because you're not really at risk of impinging on that rock. You've got choices, and that was interesting going like that forward because I could see you were setting up a flank there, but I was like, well, I can either sort of ignore that or play into it, and I opt to play into it in a second,
mm.
which I shouldn't talk about, but till we get there. But yeah, that's so looking at the way that your ships are positioned there, it's like, okay, well, I can see what he's trying to do. Do I want to take the bait because I know I've got a really big gun in the form of those proton rockets, or do I want to not play his game? And I find that there's a lot of that, especially when you're flying a risky list. Is you sort of see, and I don't pretend to be an expert. To be fair, I'm not as good as a lot of people are at this game, I'm sure. But there's a lot of you go, okay, what can I get away with here? Do I want to play it safe, or do I want to just go all in and kind of hope it pays off? Because I've had some success by just doing the crazy thing. Um,
honorably joust me.
yeah, because sometimes a lot of lists will try to sort of feint you and go, "Yes, you want to fight me, right?" And I'm like, "Yes, I do." And then they're like, "Oh, I wasn't expecting that."
Yeah. To be honest, I was concerned a little bit because I have actually faced a Rourke dash no a Rourke Lebo list
Ooh, Rourke was nice. Yeah.
with my trio of small bases there, and instead of Asajj, I had Guri.
Oh yeah.
The end result was, despite me flanking Lebo from all angles, I was not even able to half point him.
Yeah, it can be hard to crack those YT 2400s with their two dice. The only thing is they have much less hull than the YT 1300 has, so if they get unlucky, they go down pretty fast.
Yeah, the difference being is it's got a four die cannon,
Yeah, that hurts.
whereas
Although I do have to say, with the way Lando's built here, he's basically getting double mods if I do it right. So that technically is better than the four dice, I think, mathematically. But if the four dice roll like all hits, you're in trouble.
see that yeah, no, that's one of the best decisions you can make is the decision to just roll natties.
Yep, that's usually always a good choice.
So this is the turn where things kind of go wrong for me.
Yep.
I had a problem where I wanted Sunny to do a 5K, and come in from a different angle, but I didn't like the distances. So
Yeah,
I decided to one bank and try to use the debris as cover.
yeah, and everybody jumbles up.
And I did. I thought I had a too hard turn dialed in for the quad jumper. Uh,
Yep, I think we've all been there.
but the problem with the too hard turn was I was looking at it and going, I don't have options to turn back in, and I leave it
Right,
out and hanging if you decide to cut away.
and in front of a debris, which
So,
is rough quad jumper.
well, no, it wouldn't have been in front. It would have been. See, I'm pointing at the map
Oh
and
yeah, yeah,
saying.
over right there. Yeah, yeah, you would have got past that.
So,
But yeah, now even Palob bumps.
yeah, so
Bump, bump. Although Palob cares less because he's stacked up.
yeah, he's already got two focus, but
Yeah,
now I'm in a situation where next turn's going to be interesting too. Everybody's
yeah,
all dialed in, and I don't like what I've done to myself.
yeah. You're in a rough spot there. That is a really rough place. Especially because the Lancer's kind of out of position. Now, the good thing about the Lancer is it has that beautiful blue 3 turn, 3 hard, which I think is what you're doing here. Yes. Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah,
Those they're fast. They're really fast.
I wasn't too worried about the Lancer being on the
Yep.
outside because I knew it was going to come in fast. And
Yeah.
this turn, I was kind of not expecting you to come in too quickly, so I wasn't super concerned. And if you did, then I had a lot of guns coming in
Yeah.
because Palob's turret is facing towards you as well, so I got some coverage.
Yeah. So I
But
do a turn here with Rourke because I need to get out of Lando's way so he can complete his maneuver. That's one of the big things with flying this squad is there's a lot of positioning involved. And also, I just want my gun lined up here. But of course, now Rourke is heading straight into the jaws of death. He's double focused on the Moldy Crow, but there's a lot of guns over there. I think this turn I'm pretty happy with where I am because yeah, I've got a big gun pointed right at a bunch of your ships, and you have no tokens basically, especially on that quad jumper.
yeah, and you got your chance to target lock, and you're looking around, and you're saying, there's not all that much actually in range. So
Yeah.
this is actually pretty good for you.
Yes. And Lando hasn't even moved yet, so when he moves, I'm going to get that action. Um, I forget if I give it to Lando or Rourke this turn, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, you're just hunting for your target lock. There we go.
So I'm using the actual. I've got a bunch of the extra number markers, and I've lost all my target locks, so I'm using those instead. But that is a target lock. And so Lando is moving up now, and I did the one bank because I wasn't actually sure what he was going to do, and I wanted to kind of leave my options open. Um, and I believe my turret is facing sideways, so I have, from the looks of it, I have Sunny Bounder in arc, and I don't know if I have the quad jumper.
Yeah, you do have your turret sideways, so it's
Yeah.
and the range was
So
extremely close.
yeah, so here I give Rourke a third focus, which I'm not sure if I should have gone for an evade, because I can do that from Jyn Erso, but having 3 focus on the Moldy Crow is never a bad thing. Because you can only keep 2 of them, but if you're going to use 1, you'll have 2 next turn, like immediately, inherently. So maybe not the right choice, but not a terribly wrong choice either. And so I used Lando's extra action to target lock that Sunny Bounder. Which it should be noted at this time, I know that Sunny Bounder is actually the lowest priority target for me here, but it's basically the only thing I've got a good shot on. So that's kind of a problem. Sort of the 2 biggest threats in your list are Palob and Asajj, although the quad jumper is not to be underestimated either.
Yeah, it's to me. I was looking at your list and went, "Oh boy, am I gonked." Um, uh, basically, my list will excel at really messing up small ships, whereas a large base, the quad jumper doesn't dish out enough tractor beam tokens to actually do anything to you.
Yeah.
And if you fly it right,
So here we have to call in a third party to see what the range is like on this because we're not actually sure if it's in. I believe it was in. We ruled that.
Yep.
So
we
that's
yeah,
Lando into Sunny here. Sorry, I continue.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Peter, we called on him a lot to make some third-party calls because we had
Yes.
a lot of close ones in this.
There were a lot of close ones in this one. Yep.
And Me with Sunny rolling green dice. I don't even roll enough blanks to get an extra.
Yep. So there's paint, two paint.
Yeah, I got one evade, two evades on that one, but I had
Yep.
zilch on 4 dice on the last one.
Yeah, which is rough.
But hey,
Not you want at range 3 on one of those things.
it really wasn't where I wanted to be, and I'm paying for it right now. I think the 5K would have been better-ish, but that would have been in
Yeah.
front of Asajj, and that was the reason why I second guessed it and just went, no, this isn't going to work. That going slow in between hurt me.
Yeah. So this is Rourke shooting now, or is this Lando? This is
It'll,
Rourke
this
because
will be
your 4 is out of range
correct.
because Lando took his 2 shots.
Yeah, Lando's had 2 shots and he's pounded on Sunny. Sunny has no shields. Rourke is rolling perfect. You know, just roll
Yep.
natties, pretty tight. He had to spend his third focus, but uh, hey, I got an evade.
Yep. That's not nothing.
But this is on the quad jumper.
Yes, it is on the quad jumper.
So instead of just about killing Sunny, my quad jumper takes a couple of hits.
Yeah. I don't know if I could actually hit Sunny with Rourke. Yes, I could, but
Yes,
I
you
didn't
could.
see that it was worth it because that quad jumper had no tokens. So I was like, I can pick one of them off next turn. So
Plus, you have the target lock on the quad jumper, so you have
yeah,
super modified shots. You just
yeah,
didn't.
it might have been worth it just to remove Sunny, but I felt at this early juncture they were not in good positions to shoot back at me anyway. So removing one didn't necessarily matter at this time,
Yeah.
and getting them both really hurt was not a bad thing. Normally, you would want to just remove something. So I don't know if that was the right judgment call, but I don't think it was the wrong one either.
Yeah.
Not sure there was a bad call to be made there, but that's open to interpretation.
I don't
Who's
know.
this shooting? This is
So
Sunny.
that was Sunny on Rourke,
On Rourke.
and Rourke rolls a lot of green, and Sunny only
Yes.
rolls one hit.
Yeah.
So no damage goes through. The quad jumper also no damage went through. So in exchange for dealing a shield and 2 damage to my entire list, I've dealt nothing,
Yep.
and I'm very sad.
Yeah. Not a great start.
So now I'm going, well, I got you exactly where I want you. Now what?
Yep. And I've still got a target lock on that quad jumper because I didn't have to spend it.
Yeah, so I gotta swing my list out of the rocks when they're all bunched together. Plus, I
Yep.
gotta have this large base that likes to go fast.
Yeah. Plus, you're in front of a ship that's got prockets and gets basically double quality, which is not an enviable position.
So my thought here was I'm gonna try to block you with Sunny,
Yeah.
and then try to move my rest of my list to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
So I go in nice and hard, 3 bank turn, and immediately hate it.
Yeah. It was. I don't think it was the right call. I'm not sure there was a right call under the circumstances. I mean, if I'm hyper aggressive here, it could work. But usually with a list like this, I'm not going to fly hyper aggressive.
Yeah,
At least not at this time, because I don't want to be bumping Lando if I can help it. I just want him to like glide along, getting his extra action or his extra quality, basically.
yeah, yeah, I think if you gone 2 straight, you would have bumped into Sunny.
Yeah.
And the other factor here is I'm looking at it and going, well, Asajj is going to be coming in hard. So is Asajj going to bump into Sunny and deny herself actions?
Yeah, always a concern with a large base.
Yeah, well, me not flying large bases, I'm not sure the
Yeah.
distances. I'm going to double up and just make sure that Rourke doesn't bank away,
Yeah.
and I don't cause myself to bump.
Yeah, because it's worth noting that Rourke's turret is still facing Lando, and Lando's turret is facing out his sides. So
Yeah,
there is a good chance that I was going to bank right to where you are. Because Rourke doesn't need it to be his primary arc to give Lando the push to skill 7. It just has to be in arc.
with the quad jumper, I was just deciding keep it slow, just pretend I'm not a threat.
Yeah. I know it's a threat. But yes, it was trying to convince me that it wasn't a threat.
With Palob, I'm just kind of continuing my slow advance. I'd rather come in fast, but that Quad Jumper is a slow car in the fast lane, so I can't really
Yes.
come around very quickly.
Yeah.
But it's quick enough that I can get some arcs, at least for target locking.
Yep.
Um,
And target locking on the Moldy Crow while you're tokened up is never a bad thing.
and then Asajj, I came in nice and hard, and I wasn't too worried about you bumping into me type thing. I just
No.
wanted to come in here and start giving you something to worry about.
Yep. Which Asajj is a thing to worry about.
At this time, I want to apologize for the shaky camera because I was still experimenting with camera setups, and I think I will be changing some things in the future. So I close in nice and sharp.
Yeah, that fit really nicely there.
I I still don't know. I think it was really close. I probably would have bumped into Sunny, but maybe not.
I think you might have been okay. It would have been very close because they don't roll as far as they used to. So I think you would have been okay. But it's always better to be safe, I find. Although I'm not sure if it was safe for Sunny because now she's got no tokens. And
Yeah,
then Rourke with the one forward, which I may actually have bumped into Sunny if she hadn't rolled. I don't think I would have, but so I fit quite nicely there. Close, but not touching.
yeah. So you
And
would
my
have.
primary is on Sunny and Ventress, both at range 1, I believe.
Yep. Had I not rolled, you would have been safe as well because I rolled forward as well.
Yes, that's
So
true.
no,
So Lando now, Lando likes where he is, although he's not going to like where he is in a second because he's pointing straight at that debris. But this turn, he's got his quality because he hasn't bumped into anybody.
further, you got Bullseye.
I have got Bullseye.
You've got Bullseye on Paylob, and you got Bullseye on the Quad Jumper.
Yep. Now it is through that debris. It's worth noting.
It is through the debris, and it's probably range 3 to
to
Paylob.
Yeah.
So you got plenty of interesting options.
Yes.
Whereas,
I have everybody basically right now.
Whereas me, I'm looking at this and going, I really want to kill the Falcon. I don't have good options on the Falcon.
Yeah.
I can get 2 shots of various quality on the Falcon from my from Ventress and from Paylob.
Yeah.
But otherwise, my shots are kind of more focused on Rourke.
Yes.
So hey, I got you exactly where I want you. Now what?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Well, I mean, Sunny at range 1 is actually a little bit frightening because if you roll all of one result, you get the extra one, right? So at range 1, that can be 4 crits if she rolls well, and I've seen that.
the odds of that are just
the
so
odds
slim.
are really slim, but I have been on the receiving end of that, and it hurts.
I more often roll all blanks and add a blank than I do for anything else.
That is fair. That is a fairly common roll for Sunny. As I said, Sunny is not usually a big threat, but occasionally, comically, Sunny hits like a truck.
All right, so first shot from the Falcon on Sunny misses.
Yep, nothing. Zilch, goose eggs, nada.
I start getting my hopes up. I'm tokenless, I'm Sunny, and I'm right in the middle of the pack.
Yeah, so now I'm debating whether I want to take the next shot at one of the people who's in front of me, or if I want to take it at Sunny again to get Sunny off the board potentially.
Did you actually only shoot the once there?
Maybe.
I'll have to go back and double check the video. If you did, I will edit out. And if you didn't, well, sucks to be you here.
Yeah, I may have done. I may have been forgetting.
But Ventress on Rourke does not roll very well, even with the target lock.
And, yeah, your dice did not love you very much.
Yeah. Dice.
Although there is a lot of variance in second edition.
There is, and I do find my particular variance is I either roll everything or nothing.
Yeah. So this is Rourke shooting into Sunny, range 1 from his primary.
Mm-hmm. I get my hopes up. It's going to be wonderful. Oh, you know what?
Yeah, I know.
It's only 2. It's only 2. I can not dodge enough.
Yeah.
So Sunny explodes, and she has a crit on top of that that I can't read on camera.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it was, but I believe it was stunned pilot or something,
I
something like
think
that.
actually I think it was structural failure.
Oh, it might have been. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway, Sunny is dead.
Sunny is dead with one less green die to save her corpse.
Yep.
The remainder, well, now I'm left with Palob. Because I have trick shot, I'm kind of looking at this and going, can I get to the Falcon? Can I get to Palob? I have a target lock on Palob to Rourke. I have a target lock on Rourke, but I decided to take the trick shot.
Yep.
It's not like I got any damage through anyways. Rourke just decides to roll naturals.
Yep.
And the Falcon takes 2 shields. Hooray! I've actually hit you. I'm really quite sad that Sunny's dead, though.
Yeah, Sunny being dead is. I mean, it's not that much of a hindrance for you, but it's not great either.
Yeah, I mean, Sunny's 34 points with that homing missile, so
Yeah.
it's she's kind of more shields for everybody else.
Yeah, that's fair. Again, I probably should have switched off of Sunny because Sunny can die at any time, basically. The other ones here need to die a lot more.
It's good to kill a target. It's always good to kill a
Fair.
target.
Especially when it's at range 1, because that could have hurt.
All right, we'll speed up the camera again. I've managed to do 1 shield to Rourke, 2 shields to Lando. Gosh, those things are built like tanks.
Yeah, they're very tanky. I've got dual tanky mods on the Moldy Crow. I had a lot of points to spare, and I've got a shield upgrade, I believe, on the Falcon as well. Or I should say the YT-1300. I don't actually have the Millennium Falcon title.
Yeah, you got a shield upgrade and a hull upgrade on Rourke,
On Rourke, yeah.
and you got a shield upgrade on Lando.
Yeah.
All right, so here I'm fumbling with the quad jumper dial because where do I go?
Yeah, this is rough for the quad jumper.
I'm looking at it going, I know I can get to range 1 of the Falcon if I do a 1 hard turn, but I can't roll the Falcon.
Yeah.
However, I don't think I can get that bank far enough in and still be
No.
range 1 without bumping on Rourke.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
So, 1 hard turn coming up. Away I go. And again, it's not wonderful because I know I can't focus on the Falcon the way I want to.
Yeah. Although this was slightly concerning for me, you doing that. Um, I was a little bit. Oh, that happened.
This being a casual game, we're a little clumsy, but nobody
Yep.
cares except for probably our audience who's screaming at us through the comments section. Um, okay, you're in my bullseye for that, so I give you 2 tractor beams, which is kind of meaningless. They all go away at the end of the turn anyway. Palob has very few options here, so I decide to just bank in and run into myself type thing.
Yep. He doesn't care that much. It's the Moldy Crow.
Oh, sorry. This was the turn I decided to
Oh,
stop.
you're right. You did. I'm sorry. Which is about the same thing, really, honestly.
I don't get actions, and I'm just lining up my little pop gun turret.
Yep.
Now, Asajj, I decided to, instead of trying to bump or turn away or anything like that, I'd rather be in a chase position.
Yeah.
And I decided to go for the long 5K. However, we're very clumsy at this moment trying to decide how are we going to do this. I think maybe it's to the left. No, no, no. This doesn't look straight. How about to the right? No. Oh, here we'll use that line in the middle of the template.
Yeah. Kind of the problem is my finger's sort of in the way, holding down that corner piece, so we couldn't really put it into the front guide of the Lancer because everything would move.
Yeah, that was a very thick guide too. But
Yes, it
once
was.
once again, we call in a neutral third party. Peter comes in, and I say, "Hey, does this look straight to you?" Yep. Can you line that up nice and straight for me? Thank you. I actually didn't expect to clear the debris. I was expecting to be double stressed.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to clear either, to be honest. But it was a good move.
I'm not sure what I'm going to do next turn at this point, but
But
hi.
that's a problem for the next turn.
That's future me's problem. Let's see what you
Mhm.
do.
So I'm a little bit perturbed by this placement. This is a little bit rough for me. Not because of what Rourke is doing. Rourke should fit just fine.
Oh yeah.
But because of what Lando's doing.
Again, you're looking at this and going, well, maybe it'll bump. No. Once
Nope.
again, Rourke dodges the bullet by.
Yeah, Rourke is slippery. And I believe I have primary arc there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yep. By a smidgen, but I've got it.
It was
So
nice enough that I could just look at it and say, from my angle, it was in arc, and I was going,
yep.
oh gosh, this is not going to be good.
So Lando's trying to do a 3 bank here, which will not clear the quad jumper.
I am helping.
Yeah, I was really hoping that the quad jumper would bump into Ventress. I forgot it could do a 1 turn, which, that's fine. I was going to get stressed either way, and therefore wasn't going to properly be able to do Lando things. But at the same time, bumping on top of a debris is not fun.
No, and because of the chain reaction here, we all get clumsy. Debris is going to move, and
Yep.
it's not a tournament. We don't care.
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to put this here, and this one goes there. I think it'll fit. Yep, yep, that's good. That's good. Okay, I'm going to put my finger here. Peter, help me.
Many hands make light X-wing.
Or clumsier.
That might be fair. So Lando bumps into the quad jumper there on the rock, on the debris rather, and takes a stress, which is rough because I'm going to be going through that debris again next turn, which is going to be clearing the stress, presumably if I do a blue, and then gaining the stress again immediately.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure where Lando was going to go. I didn't know if he was going to turn away. I didn't know if he was going to go
I
through.
debated that.
I,
That was part of my process, but in the end, I opted to keep my guns on things.
I,
Uh,
I'm wondering if turning away might have been the correct move.
it may have been.
Rourke only needs to keep the Falcon in arc, and that means up to range 3. So,
Yeah. The thing is, I'm always concerned with the large bases of how fast they move. I don't want to get out of Rourke's range because if I get too far from Rourke, somebody dies pretty much.
yeah. And this is Palob doing Palob things. Hey, I'm going to steal Rourke's focus. And then Asajj goes, hey, I'm going to give somebody a stress. Um, I probably should have double stressed the Falcon, but I decided to stress Rourke to keep him having fun. And
Yeah,
triple
that
zero
Rourke is kind of like, this seems fine.
and triple zero doesn't trigger because everybody's range 2.
Yeah,
So this is like, hey, I have a whole nother turn that you don't get at the beginning of combat.
yeah. Now it's worth noting that if Lando completes his maneuver on the next turn, even if he's stressed, he can still give the action to Rourke if Rourke is not stressed.
Yeah.
So I'm not that concerned by where I am right now, but it's not great either.
It's not so bad when you just roll natties.
Yeah, yeah. Natural dice, that I'll take that. Quality, I don't need that.
Yeah, so you shoot at Ventress. I have to use the force because I roll nothing but a focus. So I take 2 shields off Ventress.
Pew pew.
Blink. Shot number 2, same place. Once again, you just roll very well as a choice.
My strategy is to just roll well.
That's a good strategy.
Yep. I've tried not rolling well. It was horrible.
Yeah, so I rolled enough evades to avoid damage there. It wasn't natties, thankfully. So me on you, you have no defense dice.
I do not
So
because I'm tractored.
I'm thinking this is a great idea, and then I only roll 1 hit. But
Yep.
it's 1
No,
hit.
I mean it's damage. It's not damage.
And then Rourke gets his shot.
Yep.
Rourke's deciding, hey, there's a quad jumper here. He's slow traffic. I really don't like him. Is he an arc?
Yeah, that was a bit of a call there because my cardboard arc my plastic base was very clearly I had it by the corner, but with the cardboard arc, it was really close, really close.
Well, depends on your angle. I think from your angle it was close. From my angle, I'm going, oh yeah, it's totally in. And then Peter's coming in just to confirm for you. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
totally in.
it's in. So I'm like, okay, this is good. It's already got 2 damage on it, so I'm rolling 4 dice because of the Moldy Crow.
Yeah. I'm feeling happy right now. Just rolled really well. Yeah, and I don't.
Nope.
So, once again, here's another 2 damage. They like coming in pairs.
Yes, they do. So he's still alive. They have 5 hull.
Yeah, 5 haul. It's fine. It's
Yeah, I was
fine.
really hoping to do him in with that shot, because that would be really that those are dangerous if left alive.
Yep. So I'm looking at Palob. I've got range 2 on the Falcon through debris to trigger trick shot. And yeah, I'll spend your focus.
Yep. So I am getting an evade die because of the debris,
Yeah.
but I'm
But-
losing my regular evade die because of the tractor beam. So I take 2 shields.
And by the way, I like your dice. Can we trade? All right, so here, obviously, I need to do a blue maneuver on Ventress to get clear the stress.
Yes.
I believe I decided, the heck with it, I'm just going to do a 2 straight and see if I bump into you.
Yep.
Don't care. The quad jumper, I haven't got the slightest idea what I'm going to try to do to pull out of this one. I think I just decided to back up and try to cause Rourke to bump.
Yep.
And then I use Palob to try to complete the cycle so that maybe Ventress could pound on a tokenless Rourke.
Yep.
In a way it worked. In a way it
Yep.
was worse.
Yeah. Because I kind of saw this coming a little bit because I've seen them go backward before, and I was like, it's gonna go backward this turn. It's gonna try to form that kill box. Because I've got a very angry Ventress behind me, so I do not like being caught in a kill box here. So I've already actually planned for it having done that. But then Palob throws a monkey wrench in the works here by bumping into the back of the quad jumper. Actually, it's the front, technically.
Yeah, technically it's the front.
Yeah.
He's going backwards.
Yes. So I was not expecting. So that makes things a little more interesting for me. Because, well, as you'll see, Lando here was really hoping to move sort of through that space and complete his maneuver. And that's not going to be as easy now.
Well, I'm moving Ventress and go, hey, I clear the debris. This is wonderful. It's blue. And hey, I don't bump into Rourke. I get an action.
Yeah, Rourke is really concerned now. Because he's got 3 ships basically all pointing at him at range 1.
I'm being super aggressive right now. It's probably
Yes.
the wrong move. I'm closing in too tight. But my line of thought is I'm down points. I'm down, not significant points, but Sunny was 34. The quad jumper's at half points, and so that's another 14 points.
I'm not sure caution serves you at this point right now, so yeah.
So I go super aggressive and go target lock on Rourke.
Yep. And Rourke, I believe, does Rourke have any tokens currently, or has he spent them all?
He has a target lock.
Oh, yes, just a target lock. Okay.
He's got a target lock on that quad jumper.
So he is a tokenless hawk right now,
Yes.
caught in the middle of this, with a target lock on him.
Yeah, last turn you had a focus, but Palob stole it.
But fortunately, Rourke saw this coming a little bit. So he actually dialed in a 3 straight, which is a blue on the hawk, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Yeah, the improvements on the hawk dial.
I love the new hawk so much. So yeah, it goes past Palob. So not caught in that kill box. Which is always nice to not be caught in the middle of a kill box.
I admit I was disappointed.
Yes, I imagine that you were.
It wasn't going to be really a kill box because there wouldn't have been many
I would have been
guns.
touching somebody when I bumped.
You would have been stuck in between, but there wouldn't have been a lot of guns. But
no, I would have been tokenless, which would have been rough.
it would have been tokenless at range 1 with target lock and potential calculate token if you let me.
Yes.
It would have been wonderful. Why didn't you do it?
So I
No.
believe here I opt to rotate my turret backwards so I can actually shoot at things.
Yeah, probably
Um,
also so you can keep Lando in arc.
yes, that too. That's a big thing.
That
I don't remember. Do I go for the chaining with the focus for the red action? I
I
can't
don't
remember.
believe you did.
I don't believe I did.
I think you were a little concerned about Ventress's ability by this point.
Yes, I was. That's true. And I don't think it was the wrong call, to be honest, because you've only got one arc on me anyway, and I do get two evade dice, possibly three if I'm at range three.
Yeah.
So that's that's better than being messed up by your combo. Uh,
Further, you're going to have to turn around that rock if you want to
yeah,
keep Lando in arc. You're going to need to be able to turn that turret again.
yeah,
And I mean, your whole list is about getting Lando more shots. So
yes.
you need that shot.
Yeah, so this is where it gets a little rough for Lando because I believe he's going right into Palov here
Yeah.
again through that rock. So I'll clear the stress, but I'll regain the stress, and I won't properly execute the maneuver because I bumped into Palov because Palov bumped into the Gunrunner.
Yeah.
Uh,
I
so that's rough. So I can't give Rourke the extra action.
It would have been awfully close whether you'd bumped into Rourke even.
Yeah, that's fair. I might have done. I don't think I would have, but it would have been real close.
Have I mentioned I like your red dice? Once again, they don't roll any damage for the debris, but yeah, they roll all hits all the time for shooting.
Yeah, but it is only a 1 in 8 chance on the debris, but still, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
no, I know the math is not there to help me. Curse you,
so
math.
yeah. Math, the bane of my existence.
All right, so here I'm going. Hey, do you want more stress, Lando? No? Okay, I'll take a calculate.
Yeah, I'm like, I calculate that seems dangerous, but not nearly as dangerous as being stressed.
Yeah, and then with Ventress's ability, I'm going. Where do I put the stress? Yeah, I could keep the force token, but no.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was the
maybe.
right call.
Maybe. Yeah, yeah. Lando, double stress.
So put it on Lando. So Lando's now effectively crippled, which is rough. You made the right call that time. Yeah, that's rough for him because Lando likes his actions. Now he can still give away the extra action to Rourke as long as he completes.
Yeah,
But Lando's not going to be doing Lando things for a while, really.
yeah. Lando without modified shots for his two shots is not very happy.
No, he is not.
So this is Lando deciding, hey, I'm just going to roll 3 hits naturally on the quad jumper, which is more
Yep,
dice than I've got. So the quad
that's a
jumper
dead
just
quadrant.
dies.
Pop.
And once again, the damage comes in twos.
Yep. That is an
And
X quad jumper.
quad jumper goes away. So now I'm really in the hole. I've lost.
Yeah, it's now 2v2. One big ship and one hawk versus one big ship and one hawk.
I've lost a quarter of my list, and I haven't even got half points on anything.
Yeah. I'm sitting pretty right now.
And I roll crud on my defense dice, so got to spend my calculate to take no damage.
Yep. So the
And
calculate pays off.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure we rolled that out of order, but that's fine.
We may have done.
Because I'm supposed to shoot first.
It's a little wonky whenever Rourke is involved because you kind of just get everything gets thrown out of whack a little bit.
Yeah, because I could have kept that calculate and spent it there, and then I wouldn't have been able to defend, but I would have still 2 hits, which I think you rolled 2 natties here anyways, just because. Yeah.
Yep. If there's one thing I excel at on the hawk, it's rolling 2 natural evades. Don't ask me how. And now that I've mentioned it, I've probably lost that superpower.
Good.
Yeah, that's probably fair. I get away with that way too much. Oh, you're shooting at me? That's okay.
That's okay. Hey, I brought this janky little cannon list where I could throw 6 red dice. Yeah. Okay, it doesn't have modifiers, but I'll just roll 6 hits anyway.
Yep. Pew pew. Yeah, so anyway, this is Rourke, I believe, firing.
Yeah, you, it's
into the Palab, I believe.
yeah, it's totally Rourke. So yeah, we shot in order.
Oh no, I
We
only threw two dice. It must be into Ventress. Nope, I did Palab.
that was it was. I think you rolled. I didn't count.
Maybe
But
I rolled move one. I may have missed that. I
I
was busy reminiscing about things.
we trust ourselves. We're professionals.
Yes, professionals. Yeah, that's exactly what we are. Yes,
Yes.
not at all amateur hour.
Okay, let's
And we're back to dials.
speed things up. I didn't have a shot because of the way my arcs were.
Boost. Yeah, right now I'm not sure whether I like my positioning or not because on the one hand, I've basically perpetually got Ventress in my arc. On the other hand, I'm double stressed with Lando, and Palob is behind me and has a turret, so he can just keep doing Palob things to the Moldy Crow, which is kind of rough.
Yeah, I decided to her turn in just so I can keep in formation with you, keep an arc on you, try to keep close.
Which is both what I figured you do and what I really hoped you wouldn't do.
I didn't feel like I had a lot of options here.
Yeah, that's fair.
If I went straight, I would have to go fast to get out of Ventress's way. And I just didn't like it. And as it is, I'm looking at this and going, it's kind of tight, but
Yeah.
it's kind of tight. I really don't like this. Let's just get it out of the way. Yeah, yeah. Let's spin the arc.
Yep. Click.
So now I've got arc on you again. Ventress, I don't have a lot of options due to the fact that I've just put ships in every direction of her.
Yep. Also, what I figured you'd be doing with Ventress. Which, I mean, to be fair, yeah, you didn't have a lot of options.
No. In this case, Ventress wants to be close to you and just
Yes.
to irritate you.
Yep, Ventress is very good at that.
I think I like this list better than with Guri.
Yeah.
Guri just it was between Sunny and Guri racing to flank from different angles, and the rest of the list kind of meandered into it.
Well, there's some really beautiful synergy between Ventress with 000 and Palob.
Yeah,
That's really scary.
and toss the quad jumper in there for small base and medium base,
Yep.
and it's just
Yep.
so much different control.
Yep. And then you've got Sunny in there for the sort of
Annoyance.
well occasionally. Yeah, Sunny is almost always just expendable, but every once in a while hits like you're being run over by a train, and that's always interesting.
Yeah, she's Sunny's a harasser in this list. She's
Yes.
not anything important.
No,
If
you don't care really if Sunny dies.
if I owned another quad jumper, maybe, but
So here I make a mistake. I really should have gone the other way.
you should have gone the other way.
I really should have gone the other way. I want to keep Lando in my arc, which is the right instinct.
Yeah.
But I could have done that going the other way anyway.
Yeah.
Although, to my credit, with what Lando's sort of trying to do here, that may have become untenable shortly, but that may be a flaw with my entire strategy this turn.
I think you were in trouble. I think you would have had to turn in between these two rocks here and turn up with Rourke.
Yes.
If you turn up with Rourke, it would limit where Lando could go.
Yeah. I mean, I could have banked with Rourke up past that rock.
I think you would bank onto that rock if you went up.
Possibly, but from where I was, I think I would have had room. I was fairly far from that rock, but that remains to be seen. But yeah, this going this way, that's why I hoped you wouldn't do what you did with Palob, because I figured I will be really vulnerable if that happens. But I also kind of figured it was what you would do, so I probably should have definitely gone the other way.
Yeah, my options were kind of limited with Palop, so that this.
Yeah, it was sort of me like hoping for the best and planning for the worst, but not actually doing the smart thing or something of that nature. So yeah, Lando doesn't hate where he is right now.
Yeah.
He doesn't love it either because he's double stressed.
Well, he's only single stressed because
Sorry,
you
yes,
have 9 numb.
Because that was 9 numb maneuver. But he's still stressed, which means no actions. He did properly complete.
Yep. So Rourke.
Did he bump into Rourke? No, he properly completed. Do I actually give Rourke the extra action here? I think I do.
Oh yeah.
Yes, there it is. Beep.
Yeah, there's a focus for
Because
Rourke.
I don't want to get pal-upped if I can help it.
Uh,
Although I made the wrong choice. I should have gone with the evade because pal-up loves the focus, and I wasn't planning on shooting at him anyway.
yeah, so Palop just
Yeah.
goes, thank
So,
you.
so the evade would have been the right choice.
And then I go 000. Hey, do you want to be double stressed again? I,
Again, yeah.
oh, you don't. Oh, that's nice. I'll take a calculate. Hey, Lando, do you want to be double stressed again?
Yeah. Lando's having a bad day right now. This is not good.
Yeah, no, it didn't turn out well for him. Hey, here's your stress token.
Yep.
Um,
So I've said often of second edition. Second edition a lot of the time comes down to both of you are going to make mistakes. Who's going to make the biggest mistake? That's who loses.
that
Um,
I will
that
agree.
that tends to be a lot of the games that I've been in. How they end is someone really screws up and then they're in trouble. Although there's always the chance that you'll recover or the other person will screw up even more than you. So it's never a lost cause when you make a mistake.
Yeah,
But
sometimes the dice will save you.
yeah, sometimes they will. There is variance.
Not this time.
Not this time. Yeah, the variance is not. So that's against Ventress, I believe.
Yeah, and then you roll 4 hits just because.
Yep. Pew 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 pew.
Just because. Hey, I like damage. Yeah.
Yep. Well, you rolled an evade, which
But to be fair, you only rolled 1 hit last time, so I mean,
fair, yeah.
it's average.
Yep.
Asajj back. Not as good.
Nope, not as good.
I'll spend a calculate, and well, I can't read the dice, but I seem to recall it was
It was substantial enough.
it was good. It was
Yep.
good. Didn't I give you the weapons failure here? Let's see,
I believe
damage
so. The
card.
weapons failure really messes
Yep,
me up.
damage card and
And
damage
there it is.
card.
No, wait, no. Wait.
No,
Okay, no, later, I guess.
darn.
But yeah. I do take a weapons failure here, spoilers, folks, and it is rough on Lando.
Hooray!
I go down from 4 dice at range 1 to 3 dice at range 1, which isn't as good.
Yeah, so I'm looking. You're looking at Rourke, Palob, and Asajj.
Yep.
And so I'm trying to let go of your ship. There we go. I don't know where you're shooting. I don't know where you're shooting. I don't remember where you're shooting. I think it was on Asajj because you're dealing a lot of damage. But you rolled nothing, so it didn't matter.
Yep. Which that might have been really relevant that turn if I had rolled well. But variance.
Yeah, I rolled more than nothing, and you didn't have tokens to modify your dice, so I mean,
did not.
so there we go. I just roll 2 hits. I spend your focus. No, focus and a hit, and I spend your focus.
Yes. And at that point, I'm like, that was definitely the wrong choice.
See, I think Palob carries a lot of scum lists.
Yes, he's very strong.
He's not the most offensive of ships, but
oh, there it is.
There's the weapons failure.
There's the weapons failure.
So now you got some interesting planning ahead.
Yeah, I'm running out of room very quickly here, and I've got a weapons failure, which is the bane of cannon lists, which I am essentially a cannon list. So yeah, that's putting me in some interesting quandaries here.
You can go left or you can go right.
Yep, and right. Well, I haven't got a lot of room either way, to be honest, and I got a bunch of ships on my left.
Yeah. So
Actually, that's my right, I guess, if I'm facing that way. Yes.
So I decide to try to make sure I block you here.
Yep.
Limit where you can go.
Which I can't remember if that one paid off for you.
That
will remain to be seen.
Yeah, I don't recall either.
About a week since we actually played this match, give or take?
About that. It was Tuesday. This is Friday. So
okay. So it feels like a week.
Yeah, I'm looking at this and going, well, yeah, boost me around. I like going fast. I didn't go fast enough.
Yeah, you boosting, I'm like, if I remember correctly from what I'm doing, I'm like, I don't hate that. But again, I'm not sure if I love it either because of where Lando is.
I knew I had Rourke.
Yeah,
not necessarily
you definitely
blocked.
had Rourke there because no matter what, he's going to be in your arc.
Lando had no actions, and I can keep Rourke in my arc so that I can steal it. Asajj, I just went, there's nowhere I can go except for straight through, and I hate that. I am just going
Yeah.
to go ahead and move every debris I can with this big long 5 straight,
Yep.
and just do my one bank into the back of Lando and let Lando go wherever.
Clang.
Trust in the Force.
Yep. I mean, yeah, you've got force and
I got a
you've got
target lock.
potentially a calculate token too, so that's you don't hate that. And yeah, you've got a target lock, so you definitely don't hate that. Sometimes, kids, bumping is okay. I still don't advise it though.
Yeah. So I'm getting Peter in here to move more debris.
Yes.
And it's Tuesday.
Professionals.
It's Tuesday. It's casual night, and
Yep.
we're just trying things out. And we agreed ahead of time that this is more of a pilot. This is
Yeah.
to see if we can actually pull this stuff off. We're trying new lists. We know these are not tournament caliber lists.
And it's always casual night when I'm playing X-Wing. Oh boy, I'm turning in. Yeah, I actually figured you would be somewhere near where you are, so I was like, well, Rourke gets to shoot first because he's a 4.
Yeah.
So I can't really remove Palob, but I'm gonna have a fairly decent shot depending on how things turn out.
And your
Um,
Palab has 2 more health than mine.
Not my Rourke, but yes.
Oh yeah, your Rourke has
My,
2.
my Rourke is currently in pretty decent shape.
Yeah, he's lost 1 shield, but he had a shield upgrade, and he
And
has
a hull
that,
upgrade.
and he has that hull upgrade. So
Yeah, and he's got Jyn Erso.
and
So
he's got Jyn Erso.
He doesn't hate this.
So Lando goes ahead and smacks into Palob.
So he does not properly execute, but I don't think he could have done. I forget that was a turn, wasn't it? Or
Yep.
was that a bang? That was a turn. So yeah, he wouldn't have gotten his ability anyway.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm like, well, I'm stressed. I actually just care about lining up shots here on Ventress. So
Okay, I thought you were trying to line up to actually stay on the map and escape.
yes, but also, to be honest, I think I could see. One of the things I was considering is I'm really hurt, so I actually could have just gone forward with the blue and accepted Lando's death
Yeah, but
and kept shooting with the quality.
I
Because Lando wasn't going to last much longer anyway. So I debated that, but in the end, I was like, I'll just turn in and hope that it goes my way.
yeah, I don't think you could have taken my list with just Rourke alone.
Probably not, but if I was going to do that, the idea would be to kill Ventress before Lando died, or kill one of your ships, either one.
So you
because Rourke could potentially take either one of your ships alone with Jyn Erso and all of his health.
Yeah.
If they're damaged, especially.
Here's me taking less damage because I'd saved my force and didn't give Lando 4 stress.
Yeah, because it's not necessary at all.
Lando had gone ahead and said, hey, no, you can't have a calculate. I'll just take more stress from 000.
Yeah, I doubled down on it because I was like, that seems fine. Not gonna get actions anyway, so.
I, of course. And this is the end of Lando, I believe.
Coup de grace.
Doing some math. Hey, is this enough damage? I think it's enough damage. Here, you can have this back. 1, 2.
That is a dead Lando.
Oh, and the last one was a crit. It doesn't matter because Lando goes away.
Yep.
And he's very sad now.
He's very dead now.
But I mean, you went the whole game with the turret off the sides and never had to turn it once and never lost a shot.
Yeah, I really enjoy flying this list. Sadly, 2-ship lists don't do terribly well right now. There have been some success stories, but mostly 2-ship lists really suffer when it comes to like 4-ship rebel swarms, for example, or like TIE bomber swarms will just eat them alive, especially if they've only got one evade die. That's a dead shit.
Yeah, here's Rourke doing another damage because I can't roll anything, but that's fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
I wanted him dead. He's not dead. So.
He's not dead.
Sorry, that's Ventress, isn't it? Yeah, I wanted Ventress dead.
Yeah.
See, there I probably actually should have shot Palob, even though Palob's tokened up.
Yeah, Palob, meanwhile, just says, hey, I don't even need a target lock. I'm just going to spend one of my many focuses.
Yeah, see, my hope that turn was to get Ventress with a lucky shot because you should never really count on luck. But
No.
the chips were down at this point, and I figured if I get Ventress, I have a much better chance of fighting Palob as I currently am.
Yeah, and this
Um,
is this is late in the match, and we both know it's coming close to time. In fact,
yeah,
this at this point in time, I lean over to Peter and go, "Hey, how much time's left?" Oh, oh. In this case, time is up. This is going to be the last round.
yeah,
So immediately I go, "Okay, Ventress, just turn away. I don't need to kill Rourke to win this. I just
no,
need
yeah,
to live."
yeah,
As long as I don't lose a ship and Palob is such good condition, I'm not too worried there.
yeah,
Particularly since I know that you could really realistically only target lock.
yeah, because you can steal focuses or evades,
Right.
but not calculates.
I can't steal your calculate, but you don't have any droids, so it's fine.
I don't, but I do love robots.
This is true.
Robots.
All right, so I just turn up board
Yep.
and decide, you know what, my turret's already facing that way, so let's just turn. And I think I just keep my stress, don't
Yep.
care.
Okay.
I have a focus. It's fine.
Yep. You're the Moldy Crow. You got this.
With Ventress, I didn't think I could make a hard turn without finding that rock the hard way. Again, this is my
Yeah.
inexperience, and once I placed the 3 bank, I went, oh, there probably was enough room, but at the time I was going, yeah, I'm not sure the distances with large bases, so I'll
Yeah,
do a 3 bank.
honestly, I would not have attempted such a fast maneuver that close to a board edge because on a large ship, that is close to a board edge.
Hard turn, you're fine.
Oh, fair. Yes.
I just wanted some distance between me and wherever Rourke was going to end up.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. I always try to fly large ships fairly safely because I'm really afraid to fly them off the board.
Yeah, again, this comes down to experience with the ships.
Yes.
I have experience with small bases, not necessarily so much with these particular ships because the Hawk has been so bad.
Yeah, the
Um,
Hawk was really bad in first edition. I still flew it,
uh,
but I'm weird, so
yeah, you've just been flying Hawks and Arcs.
yeah.
You're
I
like,
really liked Rourke Garnet in first edition because he could make some really interesting things happen. Hey, I'm skill 12. I have a bunch of blasters or torpedoes or whatever.
oh,
He could turn kind of anybody into an ace when it came to firing.
I think your action here was to turn the turret.
It was, yes, because I
Yep.
want a shot.
All right, you're shooting at Asajj, hoping for luck,
Yep, spending the target luck.
and I have an evade token, so
Yep,
I get to evade.
evades.
So doesn't matter what you roll, I am going to live.
Yep,
At this point, I'm quite happy. I didn't turn the turret, so I can't. I didn't shoot with Asajj.
yep,
With Palob, I got a shot back,
yep.
and I'm not really caring at this point. Hey, I'm gonna
Yeah,
spend
you
this
actually
target.
can't kill me because I've got the hull upgrade.
Yeah,
So in
well,
this turn you can't. Well, with a crit you could.
I could
Yes.
do a magical crit, but
Yeah,
no,
magical crits could kill me.
but I didn't.
No,
So, the end of the game, I went on points here, but I made a lot of mistakes early,
I made a lot of mistakes late.
and I think that really was the difference here. Is that I think I forced the bigger error at the end than I made at the beginning.
Yes. I mean, to be fair, I'm not sure it was even a matter of forced. I just really screwed up when I should have gone past that rock, and I didn't. I went the other way. That was not good tactics on my part.
Yeah,
That's
so
all I have to say on that.
I I'm still not certain if I could have jousted your list correctly. If you had gotten that proton rocket off,
Yeah, the proton rockets would have messed somebody up almost certainly with Lando's quality. Um, yeah, because you only need the focus to fire them. So as long as I've got a focus, I don't even actually need the target lock to do anything. But for the rerolls, it's nice.
anyways, this has been the first attempt at me trying to record some video and some analysis. Hopefully, there was enough insight into this and some of our decisions. I'm not sure that anything here is the correct decision because while one of us came out on top, we both made a lot of tactical mistakes.
Yeah, I go into almost every game of X-Wing and I say, I don't know what I'm doing. So
I'm bad, but how
yeah,
bad are you?
yeah, that's kind of how I usually play X-Wing. Well, I have no idea what I'm doing, so we'll see what happens.
Anyways, thank you very much, Will, and
Yeah,
have a good night.
yeah, and you. Been a pleasure.